Hi Mom, James Elliott here. My pronouns are he, him. Thanks to Max Flyman for the new introduction. That was an original song by Max called 100 Geckos. I will include a link to their channel in the description. Now on to today's topic. It's depression. But even more specifically, depression that's caused by untreated gender dysphoria. I have some good memories from when I was young, and my body didn't really matter that much to me yet. It wasn't until after I became a teenager and I started growing breasts that I started getting dysphoria and the related depression. I remember brushing my hair in the window after my bath when I was around 6 years old, and I would chant, "I'm beautiful," because at that age I associated my hair with my beauty. I'm sure that my mother assumes that because I used to do this, that it somehow proves that I couldn't possibly be a boy. However, what I recognized the most about what I was doing was that I was not caring so much about my body around that age. I remember feeling so much joy with just the pleasure that I had from using the detangler and the brush and sitting in that front window while I brushed my wet hair. I don't even remember if I was wearing a shirt. I just knew that everyone told me that my hair was so long and beautiful, and I knew how to comb out all of my tangles. So I would brush, and I loved the sensation of the smooth hair after all the tangles were out. And once it was dry, I would fling it around and feel how soft it was. The thing is, knowing now what I didn't know then, I realized that I was just enjoying the soft textures of my hair that had soft conditioner in it, and the act of brushing was something of a stim for me. But now that I'm the age that I am now, and I still enjoy certain stims to do with my hair, whenever I shave my head, I love the feeling of the soft mini spikes that I can rub the skin of my hands on, and I really like combing my hair too. I was also watching one of my home movies of myself when I was around 9 years old. I was at a church picnic, and we were playing volleyball. And my friend asked me why I had my shirt tied up the way that I did when I was in the video. I was able to explain to her that I was hot. It was that simple. If you look around, a lot of the other boys have their shirts off. I asked my mom if I could take my shirt off too. My mom said that I couldn't. I didn't understand why. Why couldn't I take my shirt off? I didn't even have breasts yet. So I tied my shirt up in a compromise. Both of these examples are things that I did when I was little that other people could look at from the outside, and they might judge for themselves and assume something that isn't true because of what something looks like. My autistic stem of enjoying brushing my hair could be construed by my parents to be proof of my femininity, just as much as my wanting to tie up my t-shirt when I was 9, which to them might have looked a lot like me wanting to look flirty. However, I was only wanting to just be myself and not be hot. Someday soon, I will have my top surgery, and then I'll be able to take my shirt off again, like when I was little. And I could sit in the window to brush my hair, and I'll be able to say to myself, I'm beautiful. However, at the moment, I feel like I'm getting into a rut. With each day that I wake up and I go through my checklist and make sure that the things that I need to get done every day gets done, I start to realize that the things that I want to do are getting further and further out of reach. I want to be able to go back to college and learn more about genetics and DNA. I've always had a fascination with science, and I really want to continue to learn until there's nothing more that I'm able to learn. But I can't even muster up the courage to walk out my front door right now. I want people around me to see me as the guy that I am. This means that I want top surgery as soon as possible. Every morning when I get out of bed and I look down at the saggy bags of breast tissue that are hanging off of my chest, it makes me feel so depressed. And when I'm forced to put on a sports bra in order to go out in public, or else have those saggy bags crushed down with a binder, causing my chest to become impaired to the point where my breathing is blocked partially. So I decide to wear the sports bra for the majority of the time, and people call me ma'am. And I'm forced to introduce myself as the wife and mother. And legally my name is yada yada yada, because I'm still trying to apply for a disability because of my autism, my PTSD, my depression and anxiety. But I'm not sure if I try changing my name right now, it might mess things up with the Social Security Administration. So at the moment, I deal with feeling this tiny little safety bubble where if I don't answer my phone and I don't have to deal with any responsibilities and I don't have to go anywhere in public, if all that I need to do is just wake up and follow my little checklist each day and go to bed at night, then I'll be fine. But I know that's not how the real world works. It's just that I know it's sort of my home base, so to speak. Call it my safe place. But that's why I have my core group of close family. They are the ones I can be myself around. But I know it's not what my end goal should be. I'm looking forward to my facial hair growing in. Once that starts happening and people start to notice that, I think it will help with my dysphoria a lot. But another thing that will also help for me is to get approved for top surgery. I really hope that I can have this useless extra fat removed from my chest as soon as possible. But until then, I feel like I'm literally not complete. There's a giant chunk missing right now, and it's contributing to my dysphoria in a huge way. And since you all know, you can see it on my face. So I realize that I'm somehow showing it on my face and fraudulently giving it away so that I basically am in a state of constant discomfort. But until my surgery, I sneak around in baggy clothes and around my house in the neighborhood, only going out after dark, even to take the dog out for walks. I feel completely useless, and I have just realized why. I hadn't put the pieces together before. I hate being in public places because of my gender dysphoria. So I'm going to set a New Year's resolution. And I'm not usually one for resolutions. I'm not into making promises on New Year's because I usually say if you're going to do something, just do it. Well, when it comes to dysphoria, it's one thing to say I'm just going to stop being dysphoric about myself. And then there's another thing when you set out with a resolution to bring up this dysphoria to the doctor, talk about it with a therapist or psychologist. This is what I'm talking about. This year, I'm going to face my dysphoria head on. I'm not only going to seek out therapy, but I'm also going to be more assertive for myself and tell the doctor what I want. when I get my referral to see the surgeon about my chest dysphoria, I'm going to say, look, I can't keep this on my chest. This has got to be gone now. This is going to be the year that I learn to help myself, and that's okay. Until next time, let's all strive for the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thanks.